humanity sets the agenda.
The time is just gone 8:37 a.m. as we continue with the show this morning. And right now, it's about all we need to know about Penny Appeal South Africa. We're talking about the Mozambique and Malawi campaign. We join on the line by the CEO, Penny Appeal South Africa, Shahnaaz Paruk. Shahnaaz, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Juma Mubarak, and welcome.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah, Juma Mubarak to you and all the listeners. Inshallah, we hope all the du'as of everybody is accepted on this auspicious day, inshallah.
Inshallah, Ameen. Now, let's talk about this campaign, Mozambique and Malawi campaign. We know about the tropical storm that had hit areas in Mozambique and in Malawi. And perhaps if you could just elaborate on the extent of this tropical storm and why we are talking about this campaign, Shahnaaz.
Indeed, I think, when it comes to those SADC or southern regions of Southern Africa, Malawi, Mozambique, we know that very often they are battered by storms. They do face challenges around flooding. There's a lot that happens during the various courses of the year. I think if we think back a few years ago to Cyclone Idai, that caused substantial damage to areas in Mozambique, Zimbabwe, etc. With Tropical Storm Anna that had surfaced, we actually received a call from our staff or feet on the ground who had notified us of what was happening. And although, everybody literally prepared for the worst, I think that, alhamdulillah, the storm passed quite relatively quickly, which was a really, really good sign. But nonetheless, with the flooding that had happened, there was definitely homes that were damaged. It did cause loss of life in Madagascar. An estimated 34 individuals have died as a result of the storm. But moving on to Mozambique and Malawi, what we were actually told was that a lot of houses had been washed away. Malawi, especially, a lot of the villages have mud housing. So as you can imagine, those that were in deep rural towns who were affected specifically in the south, a lot of them had homes washed away. Some have lost their livelihoods or their livestock. Or their gardens, which provided food for them. So definitely there is a call for assisting those in need. There is a call for food items. It's also interesting to note that this comes at a time where it's malaria season in these countries. And so the call for mosquito nets, as well as some medication, has come through to us. We're presently making arrangements to send through food packs or food aid to individuals, as well as some mosquito nets, as well as some of the medication that may be needed in that. And we'll definitely be keeping you updated, inshallah, in the days to come.
Yes, in fact, I think what is amazing, and just looking at the nature of assistance that Penny Appeal is providing, and like you mentioned, mosquito nets, and who would have thought of mosquito nets, but that is reality, that is a problem. I personally have been to that part of the world, right up north Mozambique, Malawian border, and we know what a big problem is. And as you mentioned, Shahnaaz, when you look at the rural areas, these are poor people. These are people that live from hand to mouth on a day-to-day basis as well. So the nature and the type of assistance that Penny Appeal is providing to these people is absolutely crucial. It's necessary, but it is the type of the assistance that they really require. They truly require at this point in time.
Definitely. I think that it becomes necessary in situations like this to keep a very close ear to the ground to understand what are the needs of the communities, what is it that they need. It's also interesting to note that a lot of those that are displaced are currently residing in schools. Schools have been closed in light of what has transpired. So some of them are residing in school halls, community halls. We have also sent out a team to establish the extent of damage to the water wells that we've instructed, specifically in Malawi. We're also looking at, some of the masjids have actually opened up and are allowing individuals to seek shelter there. So definitely shelter being the long-term plan in trying to assist them in rebuilding. And inshallah, once again, keeping the ear to the ground in terms of what does the community need to enable themselves to get back on their feet, inshallah.
Yes. Now, just looking at involvement and people wanting to be involved in this project, how do they get involved?
We encourage individuals to, please contact our offices for more information, watch our social media pages for updates. We did put out an initial alert for this, and now that we're responding, further information is going to be posted. You can find us on our social media pages, which is Penny Appeal SA or Penny Appeal South Africa. You're also able to drop us an email if you'd like more information, and that's info@pennyappeal.org.za. Our website, we have a web page on our website. It's a page dedicated specifically to global emergencies or global disasters. So what happens is when something happens, by us having funds available through a global emergency fund, we're able to respond almost immediately while we're still hoping that individuals would donate whatever they can, sadka, lila, etc., towards these types of occurrences. So we always tell people, it's a really good fund to donate to, the Global Emergency Fund, because you're actually paving the way for immediate action to take place when something happens. And that page is live. There is a scroller on our website, which is pennyappeal.org.za. So you're able to actually make a contribution towards our Global Disasters Fund or Global Emergency Fund. And also just, get in touch with us and inquire. We love hearing from people, and, naturally people would have queries around this. So please do feel free to get in touch with our team here at Penny Appeal.
Yes, and apart from just the global fund, obviously the local projects still continue. The last time we spoke, we knew it was the start of the school year, the education projects and all the other projects. So just perhaps an update on the current projects, in South Africa. How has this gone? And also, I think what we need to be thinking about, what we should be looking out for, Shahnaaz.
Undoubtedly. I think, South Africa, definitely a lot going on here as well. We recently completed our Ready for School or Back to School campaign. Alhamdulillah, that was provision of school shoes as well as stationery packs to individuals. We are still fine-tuning some of those one-on-one, I wouldn't call it cases, but one-on-one needs where individuals have come forward and said, look, we need assistance for school fees. We need assistance with enrolling my child. While it's not something that we particularly focus on because we're more community-based, we have decided to assist individuals who may require just that bit of assistance to assist them during the year. Given that we're coming out of such challenging times, we want for people to be able to, inshallah, have, a better year this year, inshallah. Over and above that, our child sponsorship program has now grown to an estimated 185 children in South Africa that are being sponsored through the child sponsorship program. And so the natural occurrence of that is that all their school needs have been taken care of. They all have school uniforms. I actually just returned from Cape Town on Monday. I had spent the weekend or the greater part of last week in Cape Town spending time with the orphans and vulnerable children we support, doing an induction program with them, watching them get their stationery packs and their school uniforms. And I can really tell you, those looks of joy. Alhamdulillah, may the Almighty accept the generous contributions from all those donors who made that possible, for them to be able to have an active and good start to the new year. We're also busy implementing and seeking more schools to be added to our Breakfast Club program. And as you may remember, that's providing a nutritious breakfast meal to children that come from underprivileged school backgrounds or who attend underprivileged schools and they require a good breakfast to start their day. And our other projects will be primarily focusing on water, so water projects, Sadqa Jariyah projects, and then as well as feeding. So food gardens in schools continue with school opening, inshallah. We hope to conclude those. And then, of course, community food gardens and food packs continue as well.
Well, Jazakallah for that, Shahnaaz, and I see the contact information has come up. Your banking details, all of that is on your website.
Our banking details can be found on our website. There's a tab called How to Donate, and I could actually provide them for those that may be interested. We do recommend that you set up a profile because it's so much easier. It's a quick donation platform. But nonetheless, those banking details are with First National Bank or FNB, and the account name is Penny Appeal SA, and the account number is 627-347-92931. I'll just repeat that quickly, 627-347-92931. And the reference can be a cell number because we contact our donors to acknowledge their donation. So we're really thankful if you're able to consider donating towards any of our campaigns or projects, inshallah.
Well, Shahnaaz, Jazakallah, as always, Allah accept, Allah reward you for your efforts and everybody else at Penny Appeal. Inshallah, Allah grant you success in all these projects that we have been talking about. And making a difference to humanity, making a difference to people who are vulnerable. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from all of us, inshallah, and from the donors and all your volunteers and as the helpers as well. So have yourself a wonderful Jummah once again, Shahnaaz. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Shahnaaz Paruk, the CEO of Penny Appeal South Africa, the Mozambique Malawi campaign, and also giving us an update on what is taking place locally. The time is just gone 8:47. We come back. It's the time of the week. We bring you Jummah Nasiha, and this morning we'll be joined by Mufti Masiullah Kaji.